welcome to another episode of The Holistic Way. My name is Todd Hart. I'm the host of the show. And today we're going to welcome Jackie. Jackie, welcome to the show. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
No, thank you, Todd. I'm Jackie Van Dusen of Acorn Cottage in Wakefield, Rhode Island. I just lost it.
That's okay.
I created this business on my sacred land. It's called Light Soul Therapy. And I call it that because a lot of the work that we do actually brings the light into the soul. Light and information into the soul.
And you're an energy therapist.
An energy therapist.
So tell me about that. What does that mean? How do you become an energy therapist?
Well, everything is energy, as many people are beginning to understand. And with energy, there is negative and positive, and when we walk around with heavy angst and anxiety and illness and whatever, that energy sits in our bodies. And if it's not moved, if it's not taken away, it finds the weakest spot in the body and then creates an illness.
Wow.
Yeah. So what I do is I am blessed to work with many diverse options to shift that energy for my clients.
Now, do you also work with clients to, actually, let me back up before I ask that question. I'm big into energy and vibrations and low vibration and high vibration, and lower vibration tends to be more negative, and you know, it's probably where the disease is, or dis-ease, I like to say. So when you're working with clients, can you feel it? Can you tell that they have like the low vibrations, the low energy going on? What do you look for?
Well, a lot of times just their aura will indicate where they are energetically. You know, you can just empathically kind of feel it.
Right.
You might not necessarily know where it is exactly, but you know that it's there. But when I'm working with a client, say, doing the energy body work that I do, which is called the reconnection, I can feel the energy in my palms because this type of energy work is basically laser beams coming from the palms of the hands. It's actually been scientifically proven at the University of Arizona. And so they can actually see these laser beams with their machinery. And it shifts the body's energy. And so when I'm working, if you were on my massage table and I was doing this form of energy work with you, I would feel where that energy was. My hands would get very hot or tingly when I was near those places. So yes.
Now, is this similar to Reiki? Is it a form of Reiki? Is it? There's
two pieces to it. It's recommended that you have the reconnective healing, which breaks up the negative blocks in the body, prior to the second piece, which is the reconnection.
Okay.
They are both above the body. They kind of look like a form of Reiki. I understand, I don't know Reiki, but I've been told by Reiki masters that this goes deeper than what Reiki can touch.
Oh, wow.
So I kind of look at it as Reiki is the foundation. You know, many Reiki practitioners really struggled to bring this into the mainstream for so many years, and they have done so, and very gratefully. And the reconnection is just the next level up.
Okay.
And there'll be something beyond this.
So what's the history of the reconnective healing? Where did it start?
Dr. Eric Pearl brought it out into the world maybe 20 years ago. He was a chiropractor in Los Angeles. And through a series of events, which were very surprising to him, he started investigating what was actually going on with his clients when he wasn't even in the room. And then as he studied further, one night he woke up with a stigmata. His hands were bleeding. He didn't understand that at all. More research, more talking to people, more finding out about the energy. And what he discovered is that light and information was coming in to the clients. And that's the premise of the reconnection, is bringing light and information in from other dimensions.
Is there a religious component to it? Because you mentioned stigmata, which is, you know, Jesus and the cross and the...
That's just a phrase to make you understand the bleeding of the hands. But no, there's no religious anything to it. It's all energy.
Yeah.
In fact, Dr. Pearl is like, He does not care for any of the, what he calls toys that we use.
Right.
Just to shift the energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But the reconnection itself is fascinating because that is a 2-day back-to-back session, about 45 minutes each day. And we open the meridians in the body the way an acupuncturist would work. So we open the ones that we know about right now.
Sure.
So the first day we open those and we clean out all the negative energy. And the second day we go in and we bring in the healing energy and then seal it up. It's a once-in-a-lifetime session, treatment, whatever, and it's life-changing. It's totally life-changing. It's very, very subtle. For some of my clients who have experienced it, they notice the change as soon as they get in their car and start to drive away. They call me. Others, like myself, when I received it, I felt nothing for like 2 months. And I thought, what a waste of money. And all of a sudden, one day, I'm standing at my doorway saying goodbye to a friend, and I looked up at the sky, and it was in 3 dimensions. And I said ecstatically, look at that sky. And she said, yeah, it's nice.
Right.
And I knew. I knew that she didn't see what I was seeing.
Wow.
And I've seen that ever since. So it opens you up to your sensitivities, to nature. It makes you more empathic. It just brings you into all that you're supposed to be.
It's sort of like a reset button on a computer.
It is.
For your body. Just
it totally
system
is.
reboot.
Totally.
Interesting. Now, you also do some stuff with Ayurvedic medicine as well.
I
medicine
do.
or
No, I wouldn't
more
say
the
medicine, no.
body treatments?
I call them Ayurvedic treatments.
Okay.
I do offer a form of massage, which is called Sacred Stone, and we use different size stones from the ocean that have been tumbled, and they're just alive. They just, they're kind of unconscious right now, and you kind of wake them up, click them together, and their energy appears. And so we do 75 minutes of both sides of the body with these hot stones and warm oils, and you get off the table like Gumby.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah. I also offer something called Nausea, which is really important right now with all the pollen and people walking around with sinus issues. It's medicated herbal oils in the nose, and it will open you up instantly.
Wow.
Instantly. The other one is something called Karnapurna, which is an Ayurvedic term for ear treatments. And that is also, excuse me, a medicated herbal oil.
You can
that,
have some beverage if you need it.
excuse me, that goes into the ears and basically clears up migraines and blocked hearing, tinnitus,
Yes,
things
yes,
of that
yeah,
sort.
the ringing in the ears.
I do it on my husband constantly.
Wow.
Yeah, like, 3 or 4 times a month I will do that for him.
Wow.
So
is it just pouring it in and staying there for a bit and then coming out? Is that how you're doing it?
Yeah, yeah, but it's heated. So, it goes down into the ear canal, pulls up the wax.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it sort of like coning, like ear coning,
Well,
where it's taking the wax out?
it's on the same idea.
Okay.
There's just no fire involved.
No fire, yeah, and wax and things dripping and a towel over your head so you don't get wax on it. And now you also do the biomat. You're a distributor for the biomat. I don't know if that's the term distributor or
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Tell me about that. Tell me about the biomat.
The Amethyst biomat is made by Richway, which is a company in Honolulu. The founders are Korean doctor and scientist. They've spent many, many years jumping through all the hoops to make it pass FDA approval. It's been around for about 20 years, 19 I would say, in Europe and Asia.
Okay.
Very popular over there. I don't know how long it's been in this country. In my life, it's been about 1.5 years. It's made huge, huge difference. The Amethyst biomat comes in 4 or 5 different sizes. I brought 2 today to show you.
Okay.
The one that I use predominantly is a massage table size. It's called the Pro Mat. It has 25 pounds of crushed amethyst crystal in the mat.
Wow.
As well as many other things we'll talk about in a few minutes.
Okay.
But it is predominantly used to increase circulation, to make the blood flow, to release pain. It removes toxins, so it detoxifies. Those are the 4 things it's known to do.
Okay.
We use it for many things. And anyone, basically anyone can use it. The contraindications are so minimal. I mean, you'd have to have like an external pacemaker not to be able to use it.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
So everything else, depending on what the issue is, we just turn the heat down or adjust it accordingly. And just about everyone can use it, from children with ADD or ADHD. Arthritic animals love it.
Oh,
as soon as you turn the mat on, animals are drawn to the crystal energy. They'll come from a different room and just
and lay on it.
And just want to get near it.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
So someone can come to you for a session on the mat, but they can also buy it.
They can do either or
Okay.
both.
Okay.
They can. Generally, what happens is they come to me for a session. They might find me in an expo, or maybe they've seen my website or something, and they'll come for a session at the house. First one's always free.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then they might come for 3 or 4 sessions, and then they decide, this is really changing. Like I had a woman yesterday who is a gardener, and she's in her late 60s, and she's on her knees a lot this time of year, and this is her 3rd session. And she said to me, I just noticed that I can walk up and down the stairs without pain.
Nice.
You know, she said, I didn't notice that until just now, but yeah.
Wow.
So they can come for sessions, and eventually they decide they might as well just have their own.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to actually show it and demo it. So people that are watching, listening, who would come to you as a client? What are they experiencing? What troubles are they having in their life that they'd say, hey, Jackie can help me with this? And going back to what we talked about earlier with the reconnective healing and that kind of stuff, who's your ideal client, or what are they struggling with?
My ideal client is anyone that's walking around in any sort of physical, mental, or emotional pain.
Okay.
It's mind, body, spirit.
Okay.
So it covers the whole spectrum. Depending on what they're suffering or challenged with, determines what we would use.
Okay.
So it's really an individual thing.
And what is a session? You said it's 2 sessions, the reconnective. It's 2 back-to-back 45-minute sessions.
Yes.
And then that's it. It's just a one.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You never do it again, ever.
Wow.
Ever. It's that powerful.
Wow. And you can feel it. You at some point you feel that.
You will notice the shift in yourself. And you will notice that everything is more vibrant, bigger, brighter, more alive.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It is.
So any closing thoughts on people that are out there that are struggling with things to reach out to you? And what is your website, by the way? We should probably give you a website.
Oh, it is lightsoultherapy.com.
lightsoultherapy.com? Perfect. And if anyone has a question for the show and they want to send an email, if they want to reach out to myself or Jackie, you can send an email to theholisticway@hotmail.com. It's on the screen. Again, theholisticway@hotmail.com. So tell us what we're going to do when we come back. We're going to have the massage table set up with the mat.
With the mat.
Okay.
And it's preheating now.
Okay.
And we're going to put you on the mat.
Yep.
And I'm going to show people what the mat looks like and talk about some of the finer things that are built into this mat for your protection. And then you can tell me what you're experiencing.
Right.
And there we go.
Awesome. So stay tuned. And I've had this experience already, and I got to tell you, it's really, really cool. I highly recommend people give this a try. But stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to have the table set up, the mat set up. I'll actually get a session for a few minutes, which I love. This is why I do this show, so I can get all these free sessions. It's fantastic. So stay tuned. We'll be right back and with Jackie and the Biomat. Welcome back to The Holistic Way. I'm Todd Hart. I'm here with Jackie Van Dusen, and we're going to discuss the Biomat. So Jackie, why don't you tell us about the Biomat and give us a little bit of information about it.
Well, it gets warm.
It does feel really nice.
I have, the Biomat comes in 5 different sizes. The small one is the mini mat, which is on the chair. And Todd is lying on the Pro mat, which fits a massage table. And then it comes in a full size, a queen size, and a king size.
Wow.
Now this one has the 25 pounds of crushed amethyst and I have trouble lifting it. So I can't imagine what trying to move a king-size one would feel like.
And there's actually a view window where you can see the crystals, which is pretty cool. I like that they do that.
There is, and people think that just that view window is the only place where the crystals are. In this particular mat, the Pro Mat, there are 65 channels, and the crystals go all the way across, top to bottom. So you're getting amethyst clearing, cleansing, and amplification of the far infrared heat, which is what comes into your body right now. You're feeling warmth on the inside of your body, but yet your skin is cool. Feel your skin.
Actually, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, because usually when you lay on a heat mat, your body gets hot. But it's not. But I can feel the heat on the inside.
Right.
That's
so,
it. I didn't even realize that was going on, but that's pretty cool.
So unlike an electric blanket or a heating pad, which heats you from the outside in, this heats you from the inside out.
That's really cool.
And that's the far infrared heat being amplified by the crystal energy. We also have tourmaline crystals in this mat, in all the mats, and that amplifies the deep relaxation of the negative ions. So when you're at the beach or the mountains or in the woodlands, you feel that deep relaxation.
Oh, right.
You don't feel it in a city or driving on the highway, but in those places you feel that, and that's what the tourmaline crystals do, is bring that into the body as well.
That's why I feel so relaxed right now.
That's why you feel so relaxed.
Because I feel very, very calm.
Yeah, it's excellent for calming people. It's great for ADHD and ADD. It's wonderful for chronic pain. It's wonderful for allergies and migraines, fibromyalgia, even cancer. We've been working with cancer cells, and we're finding that there's something called heat shock proteins in the body that come into the body due to extreme stress, fear, things of that sort. And what happens is the heat shock proteins begin to create free radicals in the body, which creates disease. So what this does is it blocks those free radicals in the heat shock proteins from getting to the cancer cells. It basically starves the cancer cells of oxygen. So they can't grow and they can't spread. And I have a couple of clients who have had amazing results. And I'm not suggesting that you don't go to your doctor and do the normal treatments, but if you choose not to, which my clients did on their own without my suggesting it, they have found that their cancer has faded into very small gray particles and is leaving the body. Wow. And one is actually in remission right now.
You could also do it in conjunction too, right, with traditional,
Not
if you
with
chose
chemo,
to.
no.
No, oh, you can't do this with chemo. Oh,
there
okay.
has to be a space in between the chemo and this.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know that.
Yeah, yeah. So.
So my job is I just lay here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you have to do is lay on it.
You know, my motto is this: to feel good, you just lay down and take a nap. And that's it, you know. You lie down, you take a nap at a different setting, whatever. I have a control panel for this particular one, has 9 different settings. It goes anywhere from 95 degrees to 155 degrees.
Wow.
You can have no heat on at all and just use negative ions. You can use negative ions with different levels of heat, all the way up to sauna level, 158 degrees.
What is it at right now?
It's at 140.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you show us the control panel
Sure.
and maybe the different options on there?
Sure.
Is my foot in the way? No? Okay.
No. Here's the control panel here. And let's see, if we take this down, you see the blue lights are jumping. That's your negative ions. And I'm sorry, Todd, let me bring it up so you can see it. And then we can just move the temperatures.
You can show the camera too.
Sure. Just move the temperature all the way up to 158. They consider that a sauna level, which is weight loss. Was the word I was fishing for, weight loss. And everything in between. So depending on what you need to address, we have a setting for it.
And now does it come, if you, I mean, people can come to you for sessions, but if someone decided to buy it for their home, is there any kind of book that comes with it? It does,
Plenty of information telling you about heat temperatures and contraindications and things of that sort. But the contraindications are so minimal with this. outside of having an external pacemaker, just about anyone can use it at different temperatures.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And is there a certain amount of time you spend on it? Can you spend too much time on it? What's how to?
People can sleep on it all night at
Okay.
a lower temperature. And the nice thing about that is that the control panel adjusts itself every 4 hours to drop temperature.
Oh.
So that you're not dehydrating your organs all night long.
Sure.
This mat also contains a block, as well as the electrical panel has a block, to keep out electromagnetic frequencies,
Ah, okay.
which also create free radicals in the body.
Sure.
So as electric blankets and heating pads allow all of that into your body. People are using these all around the country every day,
Right.
burning their skin, finding discomfort, and making themselves actually worse with the
Electric blankets and that kind of stuff.
electromagnetic frequencies. So.
Right.
So really, they've thought of everything, and it is FDA approved, a medical device, and it's been around a number of years in Asia and in Europe, and it is relatively new to the United States. I got mine about 1.5 years ago because my options were having injections with a, what's that guy?
Yeah, I can't think of the word, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the mind is gone.
I'm too relaxed to think right now.
Anyway, I live with chronic debilitating arthritis, osteoarthritis in the bones. And it's painful. Sometimes these bones start to ache inside out. And a rheumatologist, I did not want to go and have injections with a rheumatologist.
Right.
So I was introduced to this, and I noticed that I could go 4 days after a session on the mat without pain.
Wow.
I could get out of bed without dropping my left hip all the way down. I had more flexibility and more movement, and it was a great relief. And so after 2 months of using it and seeing the improvement in myself, I decided that I should become a distributor and let other people know that this is out there and that they have an option.
And again, like you said, people can come to you for a free session.
Absolutely.
And then after
First
that,
session is always free, and after that, they're very minimal.
Yeah, it's very inexpensive what you charge for it. I think it's very fair.
Very inexpensive.
And then if they decide to buy it, they can buy it through you, and that's a great option as well, especially if they have chronic issues that they're dealing with. They might want to look into buying it because
well, yeah.
obviously it would save them money and time, and they could just have it in their house at their convenience and use it whenever they need it.
And they also find in time that they're using less medications because they're just feeling better, and their scans are coming back better, or their medical, physical things are coming back better, or they're just being looser in their bodies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and lots of people have had spiritual experiences on them as
Really?
well. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
They're great for animals.
You mentioned that. I was actually going to
Animals
bring that
love
up, that
them.
animals love it.
Yep.
I assume older cats and dogs probably love it because they start to get arthritic, and
Absolutely.
same thing that we deal with as we get older.
Absolutely. And with the smaller one that goes in the chair, they actually put that on the back of horses and cattle that are getting old and stiff.
Now, I've got to think that the smaller one that you have on the chair, that could be used for maybe elderly people if they're in a home or something. They could put that out on the bed. They could sit on it. They could move it around. Because I think you told me a story about someone that was bringing one to someone for the weekend or something to try.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
So yeah, that's what made me think of that.
Yeah, it's excellent for sedentary people, people that sit at their desks all day at computers.
Oh, yeah.
People that drive cross country, you can put an adapter and plug it into the cigarette lighter.
Oh, fantastic.
Absolutely. And for the elderly that sit most of the day, yes. It stops the pooling of blood at the ankles. It stops the infections because it's creating the circulation in the body. So they're feeling better. Everyone's happy.
Wow. And I got to tell you, my experience with this was when I came to your house. I was coming there to do a class on essential oils.
Yes.
Which everyone knows I do that. And you had me lay on this before the class,
Yes.
which I didn't. I don't know if I knew that or not, but so I was setting up, and then I laid on this for a half hour, maybe about a half hour.
20, 25
20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And looking back, I do a lot of these classes, a lot of these workshops. It was the most, it was the best class that I think I've ever done. Because I think everyone in there said, yeah, we want to buy the oils, we want, and it was like from a success point of view, as far as people responding, I think 100% of the people said, yeah, we want to buy something. And so it was, I'm like, wow, maybe I should buy one of these and do this before each class. But I just felt calm, maybe because I was calm. I felt very calm, I felt relaxed, and I think that came across in my class.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, so I felt fantastic.
And the point that I would like to bring out about what you're saying is that just turning this on, without even putting any heat into it, just turning it on, activating the crystals, shifts the energy in the room.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So that could have, okay.
Yes.
So
that could have a
one,
calming effect.
I'll bring one of these with me to each class now and just say, don't ignore the table in the corner. Just everyone touch it before you sit down.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. So the crystals themselves that are in here, what are they known for? What are they known to do?
Well, the amethyst is known for clearing and cleansing and amplifying.
Oh, okay.
So it's clearing and cleansing the energies in your body, and then amplifying the far infrared heat coming in.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and the tourmalines do the same thing with the negative ions.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I encourage anyone, because I think we're out of time, but I encourage people out there to definitely reach out to Jackie. Again, the email for the show is theholisticway@hotmail.com, theholisticway@hotmail.com. It's on the screen. But I would encourage you to go for a free session because it's fantastic, and you've got nothing to lose, and you have a beautiful place.
Thank you.
It is very special. You just pull up and you can feel it. It's a really sacred place.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you for coming on the show and showing us the biomat. Yeah, this has been fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm Todd Hart. This has been The Holistic Way. Thank you for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.